Pac-12 Men's Soccer is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. A hot, sunny day, John Wooden at the Den here on the campus of UCLA as the Bruins get set to entertain the number 9 Stanford Cardinal. The heat has come out, and both of these two looking to turn up the temperature this afternoon. Visiting coach Jeremy Gunn brings in the mighty Stanford Cardinal, and really, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been the tried and true 11 for him throughout much of the campaign. A solid 4-4-2. Thomas in goal. It'll be Abrahamian, Hughes, as well as Ludwig in the center of defense with Tingy in there as well. We'll see Jack O'Brien, who scored both of his career goals against UCLA, and of course, Siegel and Zach Ryan together combining for 10 goals this season. For UCLA, it's been a pretty dry spell for them. Head coach Ryan Jordan going with this 11. Garces will be between the pipes. He's been ever present as the number 1 this season. Greenlee at right back with Revenot and Longmire partnering in the center. And up front, it will be Kevin Diaz, the junior from Norwalk, who scored the first goal against San Diego State on Wednesday. And he will partner with Jose Sosa. We'll get things started, but first, both teams taking a knee in observance of social and racial justice. Great day for soccer. The first half is in play, and the Cardinal in their black and red hoops, as they say, kicking from left to right across your screen. Trying to get off to a good start. Stanford winless in their last 2 after a loss in Seattle against the Washington Huskies, and then following that up in that stalemate that went to double overtime against Bay Area rivals Cal on Wednesday night. It's a team that hasn't scored in quite a while. In fact, 254 minutes for Stanford without a goal. So they want to right the ship today. Trying to do so off the bat is Gabe Siegel, the sophomore striker. Tried to receive that one from Mark Fisher, the redshirt freshman, but it drifts safely to the feet of UCLA goalkeeper Justin Garces, junior from Miami. And we'll see this high pressure from the get-go here from the Cardinal. See how UCLA handle it. Coach Ryan Jordan telling me we want to play positive, we want to possess and dictate, but we know we'll have to deal with their high pressure, break those lines, and hopefully get in behind. Stanford, even though they haven't scored in over 250 minutes, Jeremy Gunn telling me, hey, look, the results haven't been the best, but we're not overly concerned. This will be a handball against Ryan Ludwig. And easy booking for him as it stemmed that counter attack. As Diaz was surely going to be in behind him, so right off the back, it will be a yellow card. Ludwig just sticking it out and really hard to argue against it. He makes himself bigger. No doubt about it. So Ludwig will collect his first booking of the season. Exactly the start that Stanford wanted, and this will present a free kick now for the Bruins, and it will be the freshman Silva standing over it, but straight into the gloves of Stanford keeper Andrew Thomas, the Moscow-born junior. Cosmopolitan setup here for Stanford. See, looking to dictate, but it's Andrew Paoli brought to ground. Quickly take it on this free kick. They'll work it from Pablo Greenlee, the freshman right fullback, trying to pay it down the line for Grayson Duty. 4-4-2 setup today for Ryan Jordan, with 2 holding in the middle. Andrew Paoli wears the number 6. He'll play that number 6 role. Perhaps a little more creative license for his partner, Cody Sundquist. But 2 contrasting philosophies in the game. Stanford known for their pragmatism, their difficulty to break down, their commitment. They like to play with those 2 banks of 4. Ryan Jordan wanting to play proactive football, he tells me. It's easy to defend, but harder to ask the questions and take it to the opposition. We shall see. Great opportunity for Ryan Jordan now in his 2nd year, trying to rebuild this program and bring it back to its past glory. High boot that time from Andrew Thomas off the foot of Cody Sundquist, and it will come out wide here on the near side. for a UCLA throw-in. UCLA, 1 win, 5 defeats, and 2 draws. 5th out of 6 teams in the Pac-12 conference, but still looking for their first conference win after 4 defeats and 2 ties. Stanford 6-1-1. Coming into the 2nd position, just behind Washington. A conference record of 4 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. Drift out of play. Ushered to safety by Keegan Hughes, the 6'2 sophomore from Heath, Ohio. It's part of that Central Defensive Partnership alongside Ludwig. Held firm and really a team that's built its past successes and present successes on resolute defending. It's 4 times the best defensive record in the conference. But this is Paoli, near side for the freshman. Silva plays it up. Good header. It was a great chance for Diaz, and a wonderful delivery from Silva. Diaz couldn't steer his header on target. It's enterprising play. Time and space for Silva to deliver that cross, and Diaz will wish he had that header back. Fails to test the goalkeeper, the junior from Norwalk. His first goal of the season on Wednesday night. Has already had a helper, now in his 9th consecutive start. Cleaned up by Greenlee, will knock it back to his goalkeeper, Justin Garces. This is Diaz. Trying to play it off the defender to no avail. It will be a Cardinal throw. This, of course, the 71st meeting between these two. Historically dominated by UCLA, but recent history favors the Stanford Cardinal. 9 consecutive wins for Stanford. They haven't lost in 13 encounters between these two. The last time they met earlier this month on March 6th, it was 3 weeks ago. Stanford then number 3, putting 4 past UCLA on the farm. That was part of a 6-game winning streak to start the season for Stanford. It's been a good start here, the first 5 minutes or so for the Bruins. Silva's throw down the line, over the head. Stanford's Mark Fisher, it's sent forward. Good flick on there by Andrew Paoli, trying to release the run for Grayson Moody, who's drifted over from that right-hand side. Thomas will send it up in search of Gabe Siegel, the sophomore striker from Bethesda, Maryland. Here's Zach Ryan wearing the captain's armband, but it's given away. A lot of energy expended early on, but a nice tackle in the center of the park from Stanford's Cam Silly. Talked about youth being served in a young team for UCLA, likewise for Stanford. 19 underclassmen, 13 freshmen this year. 4 sophomores and 1 freshman in the first 11 today for Jeremy Gunn. Ahmed Longmire, helped on by AJ Vasquez. Silva dropping back. Had some joy down this left-hand side. Vasquez leaving it for Sosa, who let it run. And the Cardinal able to win it back, but possession too short-lived. Stanford, one of those teams so comfortable absorbing attacking pressure. The same first 11 for Jeremy Gunn that featured on Wednesday night against the Cardinal, but he told me we could rotate the troops with so many games and really high temperatures in early spring here at Westwood. Hovering in the upper 80s, but a nice breeze coming through. Vasquez ushers it out of play, and it will be a goal kick for the UCLA Bruins. 1-5, but Ryan Jordan saying, you know, I think we're better than our record. Had a tough slate. In fact, today is their 5th game against top 15 opponents. So they've been battle tested, but he says he's been proud of the effort and they've been competitive in those games. Some of that competitiveness today, and it's a missed header that time from Stanford defender Abrahamian, allowing Diaz in, but it's mopped up well at the back.
Corner kick, UCLA.
AJ Vasquez, the redshirt sophomore defender. Well tended to by the Cardinal defense in that one as well, putting Stanford right back on their heels and sent to safety by Abrahamian. Vasquez caught in possession, and here comes Ryan in a 1v2. He'll need some support. He'll get it from Siegel. He'll switch the point of attack, and the hard-charging Jack O'Brien arrives at the flag down, tries to hit it first time, and gets it all wrong, sends it out of play. O'Brien on target in that 4-0 win 3 weeks ago for the Cardinal. In fact, as I mentioned at the top of the show, both of his goals in his career coming against UCLA. So scored in a 3-0 win for the Cardinal 3 years ago on the farm. Garces. More pressure on Vasquez. Hunted down by O'Brien. Silva down the line for Jose Sosa, the live wire. Operating in a wide roll here. Diaz nicely closed down by Stanford's Ryan Ludwig. It will be a Bruin throw. Switch the point of attack and leave it out wide. Revino. Right inside of defense. Longmire for Garces, who hits it first time. Good distribution out of the back from the UCLA keeper before it's cleared away by AJ Vasquez. It will be a throw-in on the far side for the visiting Cardinal. Fourth game on their travels in this wild and weird NCAA college soccer season. It's been truncated and delayed, of course. 1 win, 1 defeat, 1 draw for Stanford. Their travels this season. Take that 2 wins and 1 defeat. The Cardinal, no draws. Back for Ludwig. This is Fisher, the freshman from Grand Blanc, Michigan. It's taken over by UCLA's Cody Sundquist. Leaves it out wide on the right-hand side for Duty, who gives it away. Claimed by Stanford's Will Richmond, who's operating on the left-hand side of that Cardinal midfield. Push it back for Keegan Hughes. 6 sophomores on the Stanford roster, and 4 in the starting 11. Knock it back for Cody Sundquist, and UCLA could use a good spell. The junior supported nicely by Pablo Greenlee. Stanford quick to get started here as Ryan switches it out. And arriving from the back is Andrew Abrahamian. Leaves it for O'Brien. The flag is down for him. Good individual defending from Tommy Silva. Kind of plays that wing back for Tommy Silva. Make those frequent runs forward. And also capable of doing the dirty work as well. Look at Silva, 5'10" winger from Tucson, Arizona. Played his club ball for the Real Salt Lake Academy. Heaved in and cleared away by Pablo Greenlee. Did really well, the freshman defender, but it's Ludwig once again. It goes direct. Ahmed Longmire gets a right foot to it. Someone trying to play it into the corner. Grayson Duty, that's interesting. It's something that Ryan Jordan told me, hey, we want to hit those long diagonals sometimes because they will push their backs a little higher at times. Stanford growing more and more accustomed to perhaps more attacking pressure. UCLA trying to exploit that space, possibly left behind. Longmire now for AJ Vasquez. In the heart of that Bruin defense. Here's Paoli. Longmire looking to send it over the top. Pick out Duty to no avail. Controlled by Keegan Tingy for the Cardinal. It finds its way to the feet of Zach Ryan. He had good support. They dig it out. Now it'll come near side where Abrahamian arrives once again. Junior from Malvern, Pennsylvania. Last off of Paoli and a throwdown for the visiting Cardinal. Nice victory coming at the expense of number 5 Oregon State. A couple of weeks ago, 3-2 triumph on the Farmers, a thriller that saw him go late, but the winner put in 10 minutes from time from Gabe Siegel. Here's the aforementioned sophomore striker leaving it back for Ludwig. And they're caught here. UCLA looking to counterattack. Head up from Diaz. He'll need some support. Sundquist leaves it. It was a little bit of a precarious ball and claimed by Stanford's Cam Silly. Work it down this left-hand side where Will Richmond will take over. Been trying to show some of it, but in fact, too much of it. And congratulations to the Cardinal and the Cardinal women basketball team with a big victory in the Sweet 16, beating Missouri State. They will move on to the Elite 8, where they will face possibly fellow Pac-12 rivals Oregon or Louisville. That remains to be seen, but a convincing win for Stanford. Tara Vanderveer up to her old tricks. Here on the farm, quarter of an hour gone, no goals between. At UCLA, a quarter of an hour gone between Stanford and the Bruins. Greenlee sends it away. Here's Ben Revenot for the UCLA Bruins, just hitting it long, and slowly but surely it's Stanford taking a page of that UCLA playbook and starting to set up camp and ask the attacking questions, playing in the Bruin half. Here is Jeremy Gunn, 9 years at the helm, 3 NCAA titles to his credit. The Knowles Family Director of Soccer, 4 trips to the College Cup in the last 5 seasons, and 5 Pac-12 titles in the last 6 years. Talk about having been there and done that, and a great guy to boot. Jeremy Gunn leading the Cardinal back in 2019 to the College Cup and losing out to Georgetown in the semifinals. He's built a rich tradition of success and really taking it from the ground up. Stanford was not the powerhouse that they are now back in the days when he took over in 2012. Perhaps the preeminent program, not just in the Pac-12 conference, but amongst the best in the NCAA as well. Richmond finds his partner, good understanding there with Ryan, and on the burst, here comes Richmond, squares it across. Ryan lets it run, and O'Brien hits it high. Great build-up play, and you see how quick they are on the counter-attack. A couple of good chances here, and built on the enterprise of Richmond, who added the pace on the left, and it was Ryan who was called off it by O'Brien. Loves playing against UCLA, but couldn't find the finishing touch with that left foot. Fisher couldn't keep it in, and it will be a Bruin throw.
Right shoulder, money. Out right shoulder. Oh!
Tingy pops one up for the Cardinal. Sit down the line by Stanford defense. Tingy, who did well, took his licks there. Sophomore rises. Able to get up and march on. Tingy, of course, from Danville, California, up there in Northern Cal, part of the San Jose Earthquakes Academy setup. Had a chance to train with the first team a few years ago as well. It's really served him well. The Stanford team very much has a professional feel to it. And out every year, getting the most out of their players. Here's Greenlee closing down space on Richmond. UCLA win it back. Duty with nowhere to go. Maybe 7 without a victory for the UCLA Bruins, but Ryan Jordan says, you know, our possession game is improving. We are creating the chances. He's evidenced by 11 shots on target on Wednesday night against the Aztecs. O'Brien trying to help it forward, but only as far as UCLA's Ahmed Longmire, the junior defender from Las Vegas. And here's Jose Sosa. Switch the point of attack where Duty arrives. Trying to get underneath that one, but it will go over the touchline and out for a Stanford throw. Stanford's last win coming the first game of the season, way back on February 8th. 3-0 triumph over the Dons of San Francisco. A non-conference affair. But in this truncated season, they didn't get a chance to get their sea legs. Only 2 non-conference games before they kicked things off against San Diego State on February 20th in a 1-1 draw. That coming just before 4 consecutive defeats to Cal, UW, Stanford, as well as Oregon State in Corvallis. They look to build again as Vasquez for Reveno. Couldn't control it, and it'll come out once again. The tempo is slowed just a bit. Here's Ryan. Tingey now for Fisher. Steers it to the bleachers, and the Bruins will take over once again on the throw-in. Bruins with 5 underclassmen, including 3 freshmen in the starting 11 today. So it gives you an idea of the type of transition this program is in. Looking to the youth, looking to the future. Have it come to realization right about now, however. Vasquez for Longmire. High pressure right now from the Cardinal. Paoli. The elder statesman, the senior from San Jose, would love to put one over on a club that he grew up close to as a kid. Greenlee, meanwhile, back to work for the Bruins, and this is better. Tighter possession, those triangles developing before it goes out of play. This one of 3 games on the Pac-12 docket. Later today, San Diego State hosting number 4 Washington and Jamie Clark. 3:30, and tonight Oregon State paying a visit. Number 3 Beavers away to Cal. Kickoff time at 7. Silva, meanwhile, for the Bruins. Sosa's drifted centrally. It's a good run here from Cody Sundquist for UCLA. And the first save of the afternoon for Stanford's Andrew Thomas.
UCLA shot by number 8, Cody Sundquist.
Good play here from Sosa and Silva. Silva starts it off, plays it in, and the head up from Sosa, who drifted centrally almost as a number 10. A timely run from midfield it was from Cody Sundquist, the junior from Granite Bay. Actually spent some time training in Europe with Liverpool and Fiorentina. Claimed by Stanford's Cam Silly. Steadying influence in the center of the park, and there's a space between the lines. It's Richmond. Has some room to operate. Abrahamian switches it right back. Zach Ryan for the Stanford Cardinal buries it. Expertly taken by Zach Ryan. The first goal in 3 games for the Cardinal. The drought is over, and Ryan makes it 1-0 to the Cardinal here in Westwood. Beautifully taken, and a lovely switch out. Had time to steady himself, take that touch, and slot it home. And the Pac-12 second top marksman in the conference does it again, his 7th of the season for the junior captain. That will allow some breathing room here for the visiting Cardinal. The goal coming on the 23rd minute.
Oh! Oh! Right shoulder! Right shoulder! Right!
Abrahamian credited with the assist, his first of the season. So now, an examination of the character of UCLA. Not unfamiliar territory for them. They were down 2-0 after a half an hour on Wednesday night. Clawed one back just before halftime, before Kevin Diaz had the equalizer 11 minutes from full time. It was Abrahamian releasing Ludwig. Kick control. This is Vasquez for the Bruins now. First tried to play it out of the back for Grayson Duty. Didn't quite come off as he anticipated. So it'll be a throwdown for the Cardinal. Sitting pretty here. Midway through the first half, great to have you along, and what is a spectacular day here in Westwood for Pac-12 men's soccer. I'm Christian Miles. Two of the big names. The West Coast Collegiate game going head-to-head. There's Jack O'Brien, bounces over his head and claimed by UCLA's A.J. Vasquez once again. Hits it long for Diaz, who's got pace, but couldn't get goal side of Stanford defender Keegan Hughes.
Hey, Phil. Easy.
Don't have an out-and-out traditional number 9 center forward, UCLA. Ryan Jordan saying, hey, I'm playing essentially with a core of false 9s. Greenlee, Sundquist, supported by Paoli, who's given room to operate. He'll square it for Jose Sosa from Anaheim. He'll call his own number and bounced awkwardly for Andrew Thomas, but he did well in the end. Faced a lot of shots this season, but a couple of this afternoon. Pretty routine for a goalkeeper of his quality. Two-time All-Pac-12. First team the last 2 seasons, Andrew Thomas. Now searching for his 5th shutout of 2021.
Turn, White, turn! Can't get behind! Can't get behind!
It's a goal drought that lasted 276 minutes, but it is over now. Stanford getting their first strike since Siegel got that winner 2 weeks ago against Oregon State on the 80th minute. They're right back at it again in search of a second, but asking too much of Will Richmond. And it'll come out here for a UCLA goal kick. The Bruins breached for the 15th time this season coming into today. Defensive record that needed a little bit improvement. Second to last in terms of goals allowed. I'm sure that's one area they have targeted. Silva dropping in. Cardinal able to win it back, and Silva committing the foul. The referee letting it play on. UCLA going right and direct, but that will summon Thomas to the edge of his box, where he beats Sosa to it. Abrahamian giving room to gallop into the Bruin half. Wide for O'Brien. Movement here, UCLA a little deeper. Cleared away by Vasquez, but only as far as Ludwig. Hughes. Was jumped on that time by Silly. Couldn't break down that back four on that occasion. Grayson Duty now for the UCLA Bruins, the freshman from Hermosa Beach, California. Longmire. And we'll see this high pressure once again come out. The counter press, if you will.
Side, man, side.
And it pays off with the Stanford throw-in. Cam Silly, sophomore, operating in that central role, has a good understanding with the other underclassman, Mark Fisher. Testament to the quality of player if you're an underclassman and cracking the first 11 at Stanford. And Richmond's gotten some space down. He drags it back. It's hit first time. Good effort from Siegel, but straight into the defense. The Cardinal able to keep it alive, however, thanks to Keegan Tingey. Good plays. It comes off of Greenlee. And it's going to be awarded as a goal kick. Their look here was pulled back. Siegel makes that run, just hesitates, but sends it right off the defender. Failing to test Justin Garces, who was called into action on 6 occasions when these two last met on the farm. 6 saves, a season high for him on that day. He's been too busy today, beaten once. Really has not made a save yet. Vasquez for Longmire. Stanford setting up a higher line, trying to shorten that field and really make it uncomfortable. And distributing out of the back for UCLA. It's as though we're going to see some substitutions come on here. It'll be a double switch for the Cardinal.
Stanford substitutions in the match now coming on the pitch. Number 10, Charlie Weehan for number 9.
So Charlie Weehan
Gabe Siegel,
as
also
well
on number 20,
as Carlo Agostinelli.
For number 19, Jack O'Brien.
Jack O'Brien will go to the bench, along with Gabe Siegel. So a change in attack. It'll be interesting to see what Agostinelli provides. I mentioned the Cosmopolitan setup for Stanford, and Agostinelli, born in Paris, hometown down is London, England. Comes in as a freshman and can provide a little bit of width on the right-hand side. Oh, it's a miss hit here from Thomas, who's got himself tied up in knots. He had a decent recovery, but a little unassured from the Stanford goalkeeper. Can UCLA capitalize? Down goes little Jose Sosa. And will that movement of these smaller UCLA attackers cause some problems? Well, here's what it did for Thomas moments ago as he pops up on his mishit. And the foul surrendering this free kick over it is Tommy Silva. So they will bring AJ Vasquez up from central defense along with Longmire. They'll line up on the right-hand side of that penalty box. UCLA pushing it high and perhaps trying to play the offside trap here. We shall see. And the Bruins claw one back. And it will be Silva lifts one in off of the head of Ludwig. It will be a Bruin
Corner kick, UCLA.
In the afternoon for the Bruins. Will favor the left foot here on the in-swinger for Tommy Silva. Usually man-marking system on dead balls for the Stanford Cardinal. Longmire and Vasquez still forward on this set piece. They'll curl one in and comfortable for Thomas. First to the Pac-12 last year, Thomas making 8 shutouts for that resilient Cardinal defense.
Time!
So we'll see how Weehan acquits himself as the partner now for Zach Ryan in the Cardinal attack. Weehan really acquitted himself well the last time they met. Had a goal and an assist in that 4-0 win for the Cardinal up on the farm. Here's Keegan Tingey for Stanford. The full head of steam and puts it down. Can't beat Greenlee for pace, but keeps possession now. Taking over is Richmond.
At the line.
UCLA able to get it back. The referee really letting them play today.
Come on. Wait, get on.
High pressure now. Sundquist closing down Ludwig, looking for some options, and he's got the substitute Wehan. Plays it quickly into the corner for Will Richmond, junior from Piedmont. Tingy now, lovely turn that time from Silly, but the defense not flinching. The Cardinal continue the pressure. Lovely around the world that time from Charlie Wehan. Style points. Abrahamian will call his own number, but of serious consequence for the UCLA goalkeeper Justin Garces. Another look, and how about this? Sweet feet from Charlie Wehan, the senior, and a little bit of a homecoming for him down in Orange County and Laguna Niguel. And his brother Chris played throughout the years down there in Orange County. Aliso Niguel High School. Brother now playing in the professional ranks with Orange County SC in the USL.
SC14.
Cardinal comfortable right now. Ryan on the slip from Longmire. It's a good recovery, good foot in. A nice challenge from the UCLA defender, Longmire, the junior, and transfer from Utah Valley University. Here's Keegan Tingy for Stanford. Richmond will send it all the way back for Ryan Ludwig, the junior from York, Pennsylvania. Stanford recruiting from all over the country and internationally as well. Ludwig. Look at the space between the two central defenders for Stanford as they grow a little bit more expansive here in the late stages of half number one. In good shape about UCLA, however. Keegan Hughes. Abrahamian takes it on that second touch, but only as far as Justin Garces. On his third season is the #1 for the UCLA Bruins. A couple of shutouts for him in the 2019 campaign. Paoli now for UCLA, links up nicely with Cody Sundquist. Distributed well out of the back, but trying to find the link from midfield to attack has been another matter entirely. Sosa drifts out wide to the right-hand side, but can't beat Tingy, who claims it. It's a good win from the Stanford defender. Can UCLA summon that character that we saw from them on Wednesday night, coming back from 2 goals down away to San Diego State? Actually had a great opportunity to win it as well. Riley Furch having a penalty kick saved in that match. No rest for the weary. Both these two in double overtime in the midweek on Wednesday night. This may open up the chance for some players that have been on the periphery to feature prominently today. We shall see. Still a lot of soccer remaining here in Westwood. Helped on by Duty. Diaz couldn't get to it before Ludwig, and it's controlled by Agostinelli now, who links with Zach Bryan, who's dispossessed by Vasquez. The Bruins get it back. Duty drifts to the left-hand side and comes central. Has the support now of Cody Sundquist, the junior. Sosa. And Vasquez will join in now. Silva. It's good technique, Tommy Silva. Paoli distributing really well. Greenlee's cross, and underneath it for Stanford is Abrahamian. It's kept in. Sosa. Sundquist. Attempting the 1-2 before it's steered to safety by Stanford's Cam Silly. Good pressure, good spell this. Sweet feet from Vasquez to release Duty. The flag is down. Duty around one, but not the second. Fisher had to intervene, but it's a brilliant little run there from Grayson Duty to win the corner. Number 4 coming up for the Bruins. Enterprising stuff here. Duty slips right past the challenge of Agostinelli. He's rewarded for his efforts. The corner kick, where it'll be taken by Tommy Silva. Longmire once again forward along with Vasquez. And once again, straight into the heart of that defense, but Thomas couldn't control it as it slips through his gloves. Here's Longmire for the Bruins. Jose Sosa from Anaheim. Silva. Stanford really absorbing the pressure right about now. And a good spell of possession from the Bruins. Greenlee. That right fullback role has the option of Paoli, intercepted by Wean. It breaks though for Sosa. Hits it first time right into that danger area. And the last-ditch defending from Stanford as it's cleared very close to the line. I believe it was Ludwig who came sliding in, steer it to safety. Better from the Bruins. Just a little over 5 minutes until halftime. Here's Ben Reveno, senior from San Jose. Just over hitting it for Tommy Silva, and it'll drift out for a Stanford goal kick. So UCLA causing some problems for this Stanford defense.
UCLA substitutions in the match.
They will have a double substitution here.
Now coming on the pitch, number 21,
Konstantinos
number 7,
Michailidis.
Sosa, also coming on number 19,
Defender from Cyprus.
For number 16, Kevin Diaz.
And we will see Luke Bone step into the attack. Wearing the number 19 in white, the sophomore from Granite Bay, now making his 8th appearance off the bench this season. Michailidis take up that spot more advanced on the left-hand side, and that will push Silva back to a left fullback role. So Diaz goes to the bench along with Sosa for the Bruins. Silva. And there is Bone. He couldn't get his first touch of the game, and that will summon Thomas out of his area, where he's very comfortable. And that went high and out of play. Dangerously close to this commentator's
Substitutions in the match now coming on the pitch for UCLA, number 10, Riley Firch for number 12, Grayson Duty.
So Duty off.
Coming on the pitch, number 15,
Riley Firch.
Number 14, Zach Ryan.
Stepping in, see Firch here. A big role to play against San Diego State. Zach Ryan has also gone to the bench for Stanford. And brought in Arista Solta, the junior from Aurora, Colorado. He will lead the line. Just drizzed past him to UCLA's Cody Sundquist. So the substitutes out. Firch playing in that number 10 role. True to the number on his jersey, he's an out-and-out classic number 10. Real creative presence in there. That's what they can need. Is just had problems with that final ball through to the strikers. Silva makes that run, slips around Agostinelli, but right place at the right time for Stanford's Mark Fisher. He steers it out of play. Been impressed with the play of Tommy Silva. His brother actually ran cross country for Stanford. So a little bit of some sibling rivalry with an extra twist. Here's Stanford's Charlie Wehan riding the challenge The bigger Ahmed Longmire. Weehan's done really well. Finds the space now inside. It's Richmond who drives it. Stanford score it. First touch of the game for the substitute, Reese DeSota. And DeSota with his first ever goal as a Stanford player doubles up for the Cardinal on the 42nd minute. 2-0 to Stanford. It was off the enterprise of Weehan. Richmond drives it across, and the tap in, the easiest of touches. DeSota, his first goal just might be the easiest. Inches away, just gets a foot to it. So credit the assist that time. First from Weehan, and then Richmond. DeSota, what a triumphant moment for him now in his 6th appearance. Didn't play any part in the last 2 years for the Stanford Cardinal, after redshirting in 2017. So UCLA pulled apart. Can't say enough about the contribution of Charlie Weehan on that. Kid that's set up 6 goals this season. Good enough for 4th best in the Pac-12 conference. So Stanford comfortably out in front, and things very uncomfortable right now for UCLA. Such a critical juncture of the game, shortly before halftime. Lift the confidence of Stanford. UCLA can really ill afford to get their heads down if they want to take something positive out of this one. Thomas will give it a ride over the head of the goal scorer DeSota. Here's Silva for the Bruins, asking for Michalidis, and he's done well. Cyprus under 21. Michalidis. Cardinal will make another switch here before halftime. Aiden Weaver coming in.
Stanford substitution of the match.
Makes his 4th appearance of the campaign. He hasn't seen any action since that victory over the Bruins. Playing a part in the last 3 games for Stanford, so a chance for him to run out. The freshman from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, as a part of the USA Under-17 setup. Under a minute left here at Wallace Annenberg Stadium, where the Bruins are up against it, against the number 9 Cardinal. Coming up in halftime, we'll have a look and a special focus on UCLA freshman soccer player Jordan Gathert. Let's look at highlights and stats. It's all coming up at the break. UCLA perhaps one last thrust. They've got 15 seconds left to get it forward. It's a slip there from Greenlee. Stanford only too happy to oblige.
7, 6,
Weaver
5,
trying to get one before the break.
3,
and that one will go out and play.
1, 0.
That will do it for the first half. So far, so good for the Stanford Cardinal. The goals coming on the 23rd minute from Zach Ryan, and on the 43rd from Reese DeSota. So 45 minutes down, 45 minutes in the books. It's UCLA 0, the Stanford Cardinal 2, here on Pac-12 Men's Soccer on the Pac-12 Network.